So I'm going to explain to you about the team, who we all are, what we do. I'm very blessed to have the team that I do. Each member is so experienced in this type of work. They all work from the heart. They've all had to go through their own major transformation in life. They went through a lot of suffering as well, and this is why it's so important, that people like us are doing this work. We've been there, we've suffered, we know what it's like, but we know that basically there's a way out essentially as well, and this is what we support all of yous with. So in the team, we are led by Taita Giovanni. He has been working with us now for 5 years. Taita in Colombia is a master shaman, and he comes from the Awa tribe or Awa community. And it was his grandfather who schooled him in the ways of the medicine. His grandfather was a Taita himself, and he passed down all of that knowledge to Taita Giovanni. His grandfather had a lot of land down in Putumayo in the jungle region here in Colombia, and he passed away when he was 102 just a few years ago, and Taita had bought all of his land off him. He's got a lot of land down there. That's what he does with all the money he gets, from the retreats and everything. Buys up more land to conserve it down there, and basically replanting a lot of ayahuasca as well, which is of the utmost importance. So Taita, what can I say about him? He is a phenomenal man and just an absolutely incredible shaman. I have worked with many Taitas and shamans and maestros in my time, and he's absolutely up there with the best. Like I always say, with Taita at the helm, we do not fear. He has no fear, this man. He has the utmost conviction in the medicine, and the strength and the power that he has is absolutely insane. So we're very blessed to walk this path with him and somebody at his level. And not only is he an incredible shaman, because believe it or not, you will get some who are very good shamans, but they're not very good in day-to-day life. They can do like incorrect things or wrong things. Taita is very boom. He's like that, straight as a die. Very strong in himself, very strong in his values, a very correct man as well. And you will get to experience, the beauty of this and the power of this when you are on retreat. We are also welcoming another Taita into Ayahuasca, essentially, Taita Albert. And he is from the Kofan ayahuasca tribe. There's numerous different tribes or communities that work with the medicine over here. And Taita Albert, you'll find he's a lot more gregarious. Taita Giovanni's, he's more of a reserved man, etc. Taita Albert is much more kind of gregarious, and his limpiezas, his cleansings that you receive in ceremony, are absolutely legendary. So we're delighted to be bringing him for the first retreat in our new retreat centre, which is really going to help us to open up that space, allow you to experience like a ceremony, ceremonies I should say, with two Taitas, which is off the charts. And it's also going to give us the opportunity to basically kind of train Taita Albert up into the ways that we do things over in Spain. So we have the two Taitas. We also have Fredel, who flies over with us. Fredel is what is known in Colombia as a Yahicero, or medicine man. And he has walked the path with Taita for 6 years now. Fredel is 25 years old, but don't be deceived by his age and his youth. The amount of strength this guy has, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, is just absolutely mind-blowing. and he dedicates his whole life to this work as well. He always walks with Taita wherever he goes. And he's basically there in ceremony. He plays the guitar, he sings, he's supporting Taita with anything that he needs. He's cleansing the space with Kopal. These are all the types of roles that he takes. And he's also been learning English for the past 2 years as well, so he can converse with all of you guys as well. And Fredo had a very, very difficult path in life. His mum, Orly, she's an absolute legend, so she is. She drinks medicine with us as well. But she had a very, very difficult life, was chronically depressed, tried to commit suicide. Fredo witnessed this when he was a young guy. So they obviously had a difficult life. She went to Taita for healing years ago, and got completely healed, obviously, and now she's a Yahisera. She supports in the ceremonies over in Colombia. But what happened with Fredo in this time is, by the time he was, a young guy, he was involved in drugs, he was involved with gangs, with weapons, all of this type of stuff. And his mum decided to take him to the medicine to get the healing as well. And Taita basically took Fredo under his wing. They're like father and son. They've got a beautiful dynamic, so they do. He completely healed, and now he supports all of yous through the path as well. And like Fredo says, he's like, I know that because I've changed my life, yous can all do it as well. And this is the thing, it's exactly what I know as well. It's possible for all of us. So we have the 3 Colombians that come over with us, and they're obviously in the team as well. And we fly over Maria, who is a Mexican medicine woman, and she is schooled in the ayahuasca ways by the Kofan tribe as well. Her ex-partner was actually a shaman as well, and they were running retreats in Mexico and over in the US. And what happened only just a year ago, her and her partner Brigham, they were filled with this feeling of dread for about a month. They couldn't understand why. And what happened to him was they were in a temescal. A temescal is it's a Native American sweat lodge, yeah. They were in a temescal, and he passed away in her arms. Now, to tell you a bit more about this, it's very, very rare that anybody would pass away in a temescal, so I don't want to put any fear into you or anything like that. The next day the elders came and they did another temescal so they could send off his spirit. And the elders were basically saying, some people, even though they're younger, when they come to this earth and they've fulfilled all the work that they already need to do on earth, sometimes sadly it's just time for them to pass on, at a young age. And his spirit came to Maria in that temescal that they held, basically to release his spirit. And he said to her, he came over in the form of an eagle, and he says to her, I'll stay with you if you want me to stay with you. But she set him free, she let him fly away. Maria is somebody who is extremely spiritual, extremely in touch with spirit, beautiful person, beautiful heart, but also a very, very strong woman as well. As well as walking the path of the ayahuasca, she does a number of different modalities as well. She's a yoga teacher, she reads Akashic records, for example, as well. And she's also on the path of the Red Road. The path of the Red Road is another ancient tradition where what they do is things called vision quests. So they basically go up a mountain, okay, and basically they are there for the first vision quest they do for 4 days and 4 nights with no shelter, no food, no water, they're just in a meditative state, essentially connecting with nature and doing their healing work. So you can imagine the strength that she has within her to get through these, because she's now done 3. She's done the 4-day, the 5-day, the 7-day. Her next one is going to be a 13-day one. You're just absolutely going to love her when you meet her. She's also bilingual, so she translates for us on retreat, and she sings and supports and everything in ceremony. And we also have 2 Irish team members who are Matt and Emma. So Matt and Emma first came to us 5 years ago as patients for healing, and they went through such an incredible transformation on the medicine, completely transformed their lives, and then went firmly on the path themselves, started working with a lot of ayahuasca, etc. So now they are also fully fledged team members, and they are there in ceremony, supporting you, helping you with anything that you need. Emma also runs our Yahuasca Ireland hub, so she does things like breathwork sessions for you, sound healings, all these types of things. And Matt as well, he also has these types of trainings, which is beautiful because on the retreats they are our breathwork facilitators, and Emma is trained up in the Cambo as well. So that is the team in a nutshell, and we can't wait for you to get to work with us all.